Hi everyone, Malibu Sean Bateman here again, and welcome to another episode of Seanatonin, which I ran about stuff, and well, I want to talk about Kayfabe. You see, it looks like it's a current term for pro wrestling that blurs the lines of real and fake, and some of the gimmicks are actually family members that are not actually family members. For example, one wrestling tag team, Ole and Arn Anderson, they were billed as brothers or cousins. I forgot which one. And in real life, they were not related. And that's in the NWA as well, and in the WCW. In World Class, there's actually it's a World Class Championship Wrestling, or WCCW, out of Texas. The wrestling family, the Von Erichs, had a kayfabe cousin known as Lance Von Erich, and in WWE, in the modern times, there was the Holly cousins. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because sometimes wrestling fans, we have to have an inside joke with each other about wrestlers being that share each other's last names as jokes. For example, my last name is Bateman. That's right, Bateman. So, and some people in California who follow the independent scene saying, "Are you related to Tyler Bateman?" I said, yeah, he's not the famous Bateman of the entertainment Bateman side of the family." And I said, "How about Derek Bateman?" I said, yeah, he's famous, but he's my sort of famous cousin. Well, another get running gag. I call my famous three relatives are my uncle Robert, the painter, my brother and sister Justine and Jason Bateman, the actor and actress who you might see on TV from time to time or in Hollywood movies. And also, if you have I do with one friend whose last name is Garza. I call one wrestler Hector Garza his famous uncle as it's a either it can be a taken because as on another side another wrestler because of his first name Hector Guerrero, so it's a nice nod to Eddie Guerrero as well, whose brothers are Hector, Mondo, and Gore. As is Hector, Chavo, Mondo, and a few others, but he ain't related to Ultimo Guerrero because that's not a person who took up the last name Guerrero, which is actually a gimmick last name, which, believe it or not, I have a few gimmick names, and one is actually my name translated from Gaelic and Old English. My first name is Gaelic for John. My last name is Old English for Boatman, so that's a wrestling name I can use. Or I got this pen name, which is a nod to Friday the 13th, and one of my favorite video games, which is Jason Saban, which sometimes people say, "Excuse me, did you say Jason Statham?" I said, "No, Jason Saban." It's a little miscommunication because of what you say, and also I've seen some members of a family who are not related as they're doing it their self post gimmick. For example, look at the Holly cousins, Molly, Hardcore, and Crash. after their stunt together, Molly and Harker kept the last names, and Crash Holly he dropped the Holly and went with just Crash. One one actually uh, had a nice run in the WWE in the hardcore section, and then another one got a decent push in the women's section, and the other one had at least a good run in the tag team section on one show. But you know what? This is about kayfabe and kayfabe relatives. You see, like I say, it's all about your who you are, your gimmick is. You see, this one wrestler down in Mexico, El Hijo de Rey Mysterio, the son of Rey Mysterio. I'm not talking about the one that was in WCW or ECW or WWE. I'm talking about his uncle, the original Rey Mysterio. There were two Hijos de Rey Mysterio. One was his legit son, and the other one was took up the gimmick when the original retired, which is pretty nice pick, paying tribute to that wrestler. But sometimes I'd say you have to look at those aspects as well for down in Mexico. And maybe down the line, we might see a non-related villano. Because there's 5 of them, mind you, and we never seen, except for that one time, which there was a villano 6 that was jumping Jared underneath a mask. So technically, that's a mistake right there, done by WWE. I mean WCW at the time. And to me, I like to see in Mexico. It's a family tradition to go into the family business, and some friends down in Mexico don masks and portray brother gimmicks. I can't think of any to my knowledge. Plus, in pro wrestling, in legit behind the scenes, the people who are friends behind the scenes, they're like brothers. And sometimes they have different, might share the last name or as a running joke, or they during a promo saying that they are a backseat brother, which is code for that they are actually in the sitting back in the back of the bus, having a good time, enjoying the life. And also another duel that was Kayfabe cousins. Some people my age remember the Donnas, Skip and Zip, 2 talented wrestlers that the WWE gave them some 50s names and a terrible gimmick. both of them are great talents, but you know what? Instead of giving them a throwback gimmick, they gave them a gimmick of being fitness gurus, which I think is completely utter bullcrap. But it was the mid '90s, so I kind of see where the WWE was going at the time. You see, and also, like I said, there, the fame, like I said, the for famous Kayfabe family members, there was Lance Von Erich. That was not a legit Von Erich. It was a gimmick, but he was actually a Von Erich in storyline because he was a cousin. There was the Holly cousins, which after X amount of years they dropped that storyline and they went a separate way. And there was the second Hijo de Rey Mysterio, which the person underneath the mask took because he wasn't legitimately the son of Rey Mysterio because he was the second. And also there was some people who actually use a famous last name to say, isn't he a part of a certain family? Which we have to, the smart marks or the smarks, they have to go online, do the research to see if person A or person B are a part of a wrestling family with a famous last name, or that they are actually legitimately cousins or family. For example, say if I tell everyone that I am related to actor Jason Bateman, you see, the smart marks can go online, do the research, say that, and come back to me and say, excuse me, you're not related to Jason. He has a sister named Justine. I said, you know what? It's a running joke between me and the fans. And hell, sometimes you have to make a little running joke with people like that. Like, I got a friend named whose last name is Garza. I said he has an uncle Hector, like I said earlier. Like, and also, if I got a few friends who got trained by this one wrestling family, and I say, in a way, you are technically a cousin to the family, because if you get trained by a part of a wrestling family, technically you are almost like family to them, because they know you learn from a member of that wrestling family. It could be from the Guerreros, the Rougeaus, the last remaining Von from the previous generation, a Hart family member. Hell, some wrestlers in Japan are second or third generation wrestlers, and one of them got trained by his father's friend. So in reality, that second generation wrestler calls his father's friend, his uncle, which is out of respect. And you see what I'm talking about? There's a difference between a gimmick relationship, for like a cousin, like the Hollies and or the Anderson brothers, which C.W. Anderson, Arn Anderson, Gene Anderson, Ole Anderson, not related. It's a gimmick family. But the Guerreros, Eddie, Chavo, Mondo, Corey, Hector, Chavo Jr., all of them are legit family. And that wraps it about for this video. I respect the gimmicks of the family tag teams. And also, I forgot to mention the Kayfabe brothers of Dave and Kevin Sullivan in WCW, which it was a nice. The storyline kind of was borderline because Dave was dyslexic and big fan of Hulk Hogan, while Kevin hated his brother for liking Hulk Hogan, which I can see. And both of them are been in the business, I say about at that time about 20 years apiece, but it was a good storyline if it was for a young tag team, but not people who have been in the business for maybe 20 years or so, which kind of sucks. Plus, to all you people out there who are old school wrestling fans, like I am, I can't forget about Hulk Hogan and Bruce Beefcake in their early years before they were known as before the WWE. They were Kayfabe brothers. They were using Boulder, like Terry Boulder, Ed Boulder, and then they were Hulk Hogan, Eddie Hogan, or Dizzy Hogan, which technically, and then when Hogan left one region to go to another, Bruce Beefcake dropped the Hogan gimmick and used a different one. You see what I'm saying, folks? If you're a part of after a kayfabe family member storyline's over, you know what? Do another storyline, but to see if you can actually get over it alone without being a tag team with your kayfabe cousin or your kayfabe brother or sister, because it'll show people that what you can do alone. And this is Malibu Sean Bateman signing off.